get things going here and find out our final qualifier for this event. So, all right, Snooey, we are back and ready to cast some more Han here. Almost at least, but the draft here, Hellbringer, Deadlift, Parasite, Behemoth. Definitely have had some interesting bands here in this tournament. Moira, Moraxis, Midas, Magnus, and Prisoner are the picks that we have so far. So, bands a little more interesting than the picks, really, but
Yeah, it's very. I mean, I would rather see the Deadlift and the Hellbringer in the game. No, but I can understand why they get rid of them. Here comes Andromeda. Alright, so that means it's probably going to be Magnus' Suicide, Meraxis in the mid, and then they have Andromeda with a hard carry in that safe lane. Where is the Ravenar, by the way? Yeah, there you go. There's the ban. I expected nothing less.
I was going to say I'm even surprised a little bit that it didn't been initially, but he definitely made priority over Hellbringer and Parasite. Hellbringer is the one that kind of throws me off a little bit, but again, I want to say, well, the game we jumped into earlier today, obviously they were running the Hellbringer there, and they probably have ran it, I'm sure, before, too, to warrant that ban. So clearly Panny doing a little bit of research there and not wanting to give it to them. So taking that out instead. But, yeah, there's the Raveners you're talking about, and then there's the Clank's response. So both teams are respecting each other a little bit in the carry set of things.
Yeah, let's see what there's left now. Like the Hellborn team, what ranged carries are there available? I mean, you don't necessarily have to pick a ranged carry, but I would personally prefer it, seeing as they already got the 2 melee heroes as in the Magnus and Meraxis. Picking something like an Oogie or something would make it a little bit messy in the team fights, of course, but could still be an option. Let's see what they decide to do here. They're going to get rid of the Salomon at least, so definitely respecting that hard carry. Let's see, there is a Dr. Repulsor still on the board. I feel like that's something that the Hellborn team at least should get rid of, because I wouldn't, or I would seem that the Legion team would definitely want that one.
I wonder if we're going to see a Shadowblade ban here by Panny. Because, again, we have seen a couple times from Squirry. The one before and then the match that we jumped into earlier today. So he's banning that Solomon, as you pointed out. I think another hero that they did run as well. So if he's doing that research, I'm sure Shadowblade might be on that list.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, true.
Oh,
Nope, he's going to get rid of the Throat instead. There isn't enough bans.
Yeah, ain't that the truth. But I think it says, as a spectator, honestly, that's probably for the better. As it does leave a lot of options open and gets teams to choose some stuff. So I think I'm going to actually put money on that Revolution's going to go Shadowblade here. I really think they are. So I think Squirry loves that hero. Again, just from the conversations I've had with him outside, but also seen them play it. So they banned Tremble to ban their final ban there. Unless it's picked here by Ringers, but I don't think they would. But a lot of carries.
I mean, there is a lot of magic damage on the Hellborn team, so if they pick something that's a little bit more tanky, has a little bit more sustain, that it can actually like live through that initial burst coming out from the Hellborn team or that magic damage, then that's probably going to be very valuable for them, like an Oogie or something. I mean, I could definitely see that doing pretty well here for the Legion team, that is.
Yeah.
Let's see what they choose to do for. What else could they potentially want? I mean, the Tempest is still in the picture, and the Hellborn team, they do have the Andromeda, of course, but there's so much more to Tempest than just the Elemental Void.
They're going to put some good thought into it again. They're the ones that are down 1-0 on the verge of getting so close, especially knowing that you're 1 win away. Hell, this is the second time they've been 1 win away as they lost to Rat, as we talked about earlier in the winner bracket there. Series that would have qualified them for the Diamond Division. So got knocked down to here, though. This is their last chance. Torturer is going to be their 4th pick here. So another support option, or at least you would think it would be.
Yeah, oh there. Yep, you're right.
That was right.
Shadowblade.
Yep, comfort for them.
Now the question is, does the Legion team go for an offensive tri-lane, or do they just play it safe with a hard carry of their own? Because they got both options now. They could pick something that could compete with the Shadowblade, or they could just go try to shut down the Shadowblade instead. And it's all up to them, but they only got 10 seconds left because they used up all the time already.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. I did not see that one.
Now, that's interesting, because I think that's definitely in reaction to Shadowblade. Because what is the biggest thing that, in fact, I was talking about, is that he loves that strength, especially in the Essence shift, and he really tanks up a lot of life carnivorous is great against a lot of life. So I think
Yeah,
that's
I
really
mean,
the
yeah,
reason.
that's true, of course. But I'm just looking over like the overall picture here. I mean, the Predator. Yeah, I guess the initiation is going to be a little bit of a problem for the Legion team. They're not going to have too much of solid stuns compared to the Hellborn team who already got a Magnus and a Meraxus. And I assume that it's going to be the Torture Predator lane, then in the safe lane, and then they're going to have the Prisoner and the Moira in the mid, and Midas on the Suicide lane. But what does the Hellborn team have here? What are they going to pick up? I mean, they could pick up the Tempest. Because the Legion team, okay, they got a Moira and a Prisoner, but it could still be pretty powerful, I feel.
Yeah.
Or they could just go for that secondary support and play something together with the Meraxus in the mid lane.
Trying to think of something with more of like a superior lockdown for this Predator, because that Stone Hide is something that's going to be really frustrating. So you suggest like the Tempest. I think that actually could be a good pickup, if anything, for that reason. But trying to stick with that mentality, maybe even something like a Deadwood. Maybe that wouldn't really fit in this lineup. Though, yeah, they really can't do that. I think the jungle really. I think Tempest.
There is the Ophelia option. Could go for that and lock him down with.
Huh. I'm guessing that's a jungler South Force, but now, just off the top of my head, I almost wonder if that's a counter to the counter pick, kinda, with the idea of maybe like the Undying and how it will prevent Predator from life stealing
Getting
with
healed
the
up.
carnivorous. I don't know. Maybe there's some mentality there.
I mean, I gotta say that that has to be the idea behind the pickup. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't see any reason for why South Forest should be considered higher value than a Tempest or an Ophelia in this game otherwise. Like, that has to be the mentality behind it.
And apparently we're playing this. Like, so I don't. Are we remaking, or are they just playing? I thought this
I think
fifth that they had wasn't actually their fifth. Maybe it is.
it isn't. No, it isn't. But it's the ringer that they're planning to use if he doesn't come back.
Yeah, no,
One of
that's
these-
that's what I meant. I didn't even think he was their ringer, but maybe he is actually.
Yes, yes.
Apparently, they're gonna pause here. If anything, the strat pause, but maybe also wait a little bit longer to see if their true fifth can come back. So maybe abusing the system a little bit here, but I can't blame them. It's a lot on the line. They want to.
I can just tell you one thing. Like, I don't know why or how it's still here, but I still got that freaking player's perspective camera locked
Are
on the
you
heroes in
serious?
this game as well. Yeah, I can't get rid of it. I've restarted the client 2 times. I've like tried the different accounts now,
You need
and
to-
I mean this is even a public lobby, and I'm still stuck.
Yeah, no, you were sitting too. So press enter.
Enter? That just opens up the chat.
Sometimes that works for me. I'm just saying. All right.
No, like I always have
Huh.
like the keybinds and all figured out. I mean, usually it's not a problem. I've
wait,
looked
so
into that as well.
Are you on the other account that I gave you access for?
No, now I'm back to Snowy.
Okay, well, go back on the. Well, I mean, yeah, just go back on the other account. Then I guess we'll get that figured out later. But that really is interesting, though. Yeah.
Yeah, but
like
I had the same problem the entire game or the last game as well. It never got
even on your other account.
Yeah, I couldn't get rid of it.
What?
I just had to deal with it. I had
That's
to
so
just sit in player's
weird.
perspective. I mean, what you gonna do?
Wait, so you're locked to the players?
Yes.
Oh.
I mean, I can't get an overlook in the team fights, and as soon as someone dies, like my camera is just stuck on that spot as well. So in team fights I have to sit and like right click in.
Okay, that's not as
bad.
bad as I thought it was, though. But no, the ways that I fix that is that either you press V a lot.
Yeah, of course. I'm aware of that.
You're
but
aware
this
of that
is up-
strategy, the press V strategy. Okay. Well, I've done my
looked into
duty.
all the keybinds, I can tell you that much.
What about? I'm just trying to help here because I have run into that. What about if you go to where is it? If you go to the options and then controls, and then there's a lock camera button. If you like check that and then uncheck that and see if that does
Toggle the
anything.
camera lock.
No, it's at the if you click on the controls, it should be right there at the right hand side that says lock camera. There should be a box that says lock camera.
Let's see.
And then,
Okay, yeah, that fixed it.
Did
What?
it? Oh my gosh, I'm a genius. I'm telling you, man.
What the hell? How did I apply that? I have no.
No, yeah, it happens to me every once in a while, and I don't know what the deal is, but so I just do that though, or press enter, or press V, and one of those things work.
Freedom.
There we go. Whew, we figured it out.
So at least the pause was good for something.
Yeah, right. It's good that we needed the pause. Yeah,
But,
you can tell that they're definitely trying to pause as long as they can here. So, well, again, the rules allow them to. So, but again, no, especially for a newer again, this means a lot for these guys, especially. I'm sure. Not that it doesn't mean a lot for ringers, but they have experience in Diamond before, and I'm sure they are at the same. I will say that the thing with ringers, this team over here, I mean, they made it very clear. In fact, St. Rocks was talking about it with me too, that they don't practice at all. Like, this is not a serious team over here, really. They're more of they kind of just put a team together for this event, see what they could do. Hey, they're on the verge of qualifying for Diamond, but at the same time, if they don't qualify, may not be the end of the world. Ringers, yeah.
They've been screaming plenty, though.
Have they? St. Rocks was
Yeah.
saying they weren't, so maybe he was trolling, and maybe that was something to throw people off.
we already, we even jumped into a scrim of theirs. Well, like, they were screaming when the qualifiers were going on.
You're
Remember
right.
that
Was
when they
that,
were playing
wasn't it?
Shopstick and all? Yeah, they were playing quite a bit.
That liar.
But, yeah, man, I don't know. I mean, maybe they haven't been, they've been swapping around the players a little bit, and maybe that's what he meant as well. Like, they haven't necessarily been practicing as 5. Like, they've been,
Yeah. All right, well, at least we are good to go here. So, yeah, Helena B420 is going to be their ringer here. I don't know anything about him. But he will be their 5th player and playing the Magnus here in this game. So, yeah, a little unfortunate, but the show must go on for Revolution over here.
Predator leading into charge here is trying to catch up to Andromeda. I don't think he's going to be able to do it.
You know, if Quincy was here, I think we've only seen Predator once on a competitive match. Now, technically, this won't be recorded for those stats, so it'll still be once, but again, this is not a hero we see ever. So, and I mean, I get why we honestly don't see him, but at the same time, he kind of does feel, he fits a niche a little bit as far as a carry especially, and this is one of those, I think, because again, Shadowblade, he wants to tank up, and if you're going up against a carry like an Armadon, perhaps, if that time comes, then, well, Predator's pretty good against it, so.
Yeah, I personally love to, or at least back in the days, I just love to go for like a straight up freaking shield breaker on this guy, and then a bulwark, and just have this minus armor, and just tear people apart with my auto attacks.
Yeah.
Usually people, or it used to be a pretty popular, or a powerful build at least. He's going to go up versus the Meraxes once again, so this is another Suicide Meraxes, and this time, look at this, Legion team is actually going to choose to have Predator in a 1 versus 1 situation.
Yeah, that's actually
or maybe not. Torture is rotating over,
okay.
So maybe he was just trying to look for that hook attempt in the mid lane.
Unsuccessful there, so Magnus going to be fine with the time being, but as we stated earlier in another series, Prisoner great against Magnus with the Shackle especially, so be careful
Lord
with that.
Salforus, what is he doing? He's actually in the offensive force. I didn't pay attention to that, but he's going to go down.
He's in a lot of trouble, yeah. He doesn't have anything right now. He has his aura, but that's not going to really do a whole lot for him right here. It will regen, I guess, so. And actually...
Predator is not running over. I mean, he would have been dead if he just committed, or Predator ran over, but it's probably still going to be a kill, I would assume. Quake's down from Meraxes.
There we go. There's the follow-up. Here comes the chain of reactions. Meraxes can't do enough. Lord Self-Force is going to fall. And Penny gets credit right there. So, yeah, he went aggressive, and Lord Self-Force is not the greatest when he runs into trouble early on, at least, as we saw there.
Yeah, I mean, there's only one camp blocked as well. Is the East camp being blocked that big of a deal for Self-Forest? I don't have any experience whatsoever to play this guy or to jungle.
I would think so, especially with him going the Aura first. I mean, if he went life tapper, but even that, like, yeah, to me, he seems like that he really needs favorable spawns here to his benefit. So you see him stacking right there. But now, once he gets level 3, I think he actually starts to take off quite a bit. He gets a life tap and even the more Certissimo, but I don't know if he's going to get that. I'm not going to act like I'm a professional Lord Self-Force player, because I'm not. So what you got's the only player that, of course.
Oh, the hook is going to hit in the mid lane.
Yeah, he's in trouble, and as said, the Shackle really locks him down too, so not that he wasn't able to do anything anyways with all the stuns. But good hook right there. Secures the kill.
Yeah, once again, Slaska showing off his hook skills. Nothing new here, but of course well played by him, and there's Panny, of course, on Torture as well, rotating over to secure the kill, and now Meraxes actually needs to be a little bit careful here down here at the bottom. He actually doesn't have his quakes done yet, so this is going to be a kill for sure.
Yeah, he popped the Arcane Shield. Predator did a good job of course, waiting for it to wear off, and then Venomous Leap in to secure the kill. So Good job indeed, and you can tell the momentum right now of Ringer is looking pretty strong. 3-0 hero kill advantage in their favor already. You gotta bet that, or that's what I'm sure Revolution's hoping on that. At least Shadowblade's doing pretty good, and he's doing all right. He's not doing fantastic by any means. As Moira, by the way, gets caught in the jungle. Haste Rune, it will be enough to get away, and he pops the health potion. So good job right there. Almost got caught in one of those spots, though. Thinks he's invulnerable with a haste rune.
Wasn't too far away, no. At least it was only a Word of Revelation here that blocked these camps. Now at least Qualifiers can start to farm this camp.
Shadowblade pops the soul sight right there, figuring somebody was nearby. He was correct, actually. So good job scouting out the Moira, perhaps trying to set up a kill. Moraxis, now again, he has this ward down here, so he definitely knows if someone's coming. And we see right there, he reacts to it.
Yeah, I'm curious for why he doesn't pick up the Marchers. He got a gold for it, but what is he really waiting for? I mean, he's gonna go down again. He doesn't have the Marchers, but he has the gold for it, but he just didn't pick it up.
He's gonna go for it right here, maybe, or maybe TP. No, he buys the boots, hoping that that's gonna be enough to get away. But Predator still has a venomous leaf, using it there, an easy kill. So yeah, maybe a misplay for sure on the side of STS. I mean, this doesn't feel like a team that just did so well in game number 1 and had all that momentum and just, like, we were thinking they were going to really steamroll with that, but man, they're flat. Something just is, I mean, yeah, the obvious is they're using a new 5th member. I mean, I'm sure that kind of throws it off a little bit, but that's definitely not 100% the excuse. Magnus, he's going to get caught too, and down he goes for the second time, unfortunately. So it is all Ringers here in game number 2.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to say. I mean, it definitely comes back to the draft a little bit, though. I mean, the fact that they leave the Magnus once again in the mid lane. Like, I don't know why they focused on having that Moraxis in the suicide lane rather than in the mid lane. I feel like Moraxis would have such an easier time to actually survive those gank attempts in the mid lane. Of course, being up versus Amora, he can just easily Arcane Shield away that stun. But I don't know. I mean, Moraxis suicide both games, and now he's actually going to rotate here. He's in the mid lane, so maybe they figured now, but it's already too late, more or less. I mean, you can see Slasky Dirt. He's on 430 gold per minute, and I mean, down at the bottom, Fibelli is just doing just as well. I mean, he's 440 gold per minute as well. So I mean, what is Magnus going to be able to do or achieve down here now?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what they are able to do. But yeah, just trying to switch it up for the sake of maybe just switching, if anything, because clearly what they were doing not necessarily working out the most. So, man, this Lord's Alforus skin, it keeps throwing me off. All these hands around it that are constantly appearing. I almost see thinking like a rotten grasp is about to hit him, but that's just the animation there. But he's going to go for that 6-minute rune, actually. He does have a bottle on him, so this should be, no matter what it is, of course, some good rune control and be able to benefit from it. See if it's like a haste or something. Okay, it's a double damage, so I don't think it's going to really result in a kill for him. But his kill potential early on, I think
top lane now.
It's top lane. Shadowblade in trouble, and if he goes down, this is big. He pops the Gargantuan's Blast. He's going to run into them, actually, go the other direction, and he will still die.
It should be able to get a return kill, possibly onto Midas. The damage, is it going to be enough?
It's not, and actually he's going to start regenning because that's how the ability works, of course. So, yeah, he will be fine for now. The same for Torture. I don't know if it can be said, unfortunately. Oh, he actually kills Midas! Midas, I think, underestimated the potential of Lord Alforus there. And now the life tap used, trying to chase him down. Torture's pretty fast with the Striders. Oh, the Undying's on him. That's why. Yeah, he's going to take down. Not enough for the kill. The neutral zone.
Die to the neutral. Die to the die.
He's not. Yeah, he probably wants to, doesn't he? Okay. Yeah, that's probably for the better for sure. So.
I was like, why are you not dying to the Magnus is Moraxis was rotating over as well, so he was not going to get out of there. That was like his one chance to actually get out of that situation. He turned good, or he turned bad to not as good at least, or not as bad.
Yeah. As prisoner, okay, no.
And look at Magnus, by the way, this could potentially be...
Oh.
No. Why doesn't he stand uphill and use the eruption down? I mean, I think that would have been enough.
That's exactly what I was thinking. And yeah, there was no way Prisoner had that information. He could have definitely set up a kill. But speaking of kill, Shadowblade, he's going to fall again. And again, this just goes back to Revolution as a team. They just really feel flat here in game number 2. But you definitely got to give credit to Ringers at the same time, of course. They are, you mentioned the draft a little bit, but they are playing it very aggressive. Panty's moving around a lot. He's 3-1-4 right here, and he's going to get another kill with Midas. Andromeda doesn't really stand a chance, kind of just going left, right, and then it's just like, you know, I'm just going to stand still. and accept death right here. So Fizz Maestro feels the pain. St. Rocks on Midas gets the kill. Is what happens there. So the recovery here for the Hellborn side, it's not really pretty right now because no one is anything going at this time. And I don't know if they're really the best recovery team here.
No, not necessarily, unless Thunderclaw or Shadowblade goes for a Thunderclaw or anything like that. I mean, Magnus could potentially level up his Lava Surge, but he's not really the stack clearer either in the early game. So, yeah, this is going to be really tough for the Hellborn team. They are going to have to find some momentum, but just as I say that, another hook connects in the mid lane.
Prison Big pulls him right back in, and he will fall. Moira's nearby. They start the Harkon. He could still look to get more kills, actually. Moraxis, I know he's tanking everything,
Use
but
Arcane Shield.
Don't be too comfortable. Oh, yeah, that's right. He could have actually used it right there. Instead, he's going to Matrix Explode, but it's not enough for the kill. It wasn't enough damage. He misses the axe. And now STSD, he will chase him down, but it forced him to chase a lot further than he wanted. And he dies in the process. You're right, though. He did not use the Arcane Shield when he definitely could have when those Shards of Harkon came up. And he ends up falling as a result of ultimately of it. So while this is all happening, by the way, Predator's just enjoying life at the bottom lane. He's having a good time. And Sanitarius almost finished, and he's actually, I mean, obviously has a strength melee carry usually would be, but Sanitarius on this guy is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, he peaks, like, as soon as you get the Astro, like, that's when the hero is the strongest. He's free to do whatever he wants, more or less. With that Stonehide now, who's, like, it's level 2 for now, but, I mean, when he gets to level 4 as well with Sanitarius, like, he's going to get free kills onto Shadowblade, more or less, if he has to, finds the leap onto him.
That is going to be the plan, and that Stonehide. The other cool thing about the Stonehide I always want to remind is, sure, you think of the idea it's a shrunken head and it makes you magic immune, which of course is a great part of the ability, but don't forget that it also gives you armor. In fact, up to 12, I want to say, 12 armor at level 4, so top lane, there is some initiation here. Midas, he is gone. Lower South 4 is porting in, trying to get here to assist. Torture, he's getting caught in the trees right here, but he baits him into a hook from Prisoner. Gets the hook, gets the cut on Andromeda. Lord South Force, he puts the Undying. No, that was more Siratisima right there. Prisoner break on Lord South Force, and he will fall in the end. The Eruption, it gets stopped right there as he was channeling it up. The Arcane Vortex catches him. Moraxis trying to live. Probably not going to happen, though. He will fall. Magnus, he gets hooked and gets killed. Ringers is on fire right now, and it's not even over just yet, as there's the Venomous Leap. And Shadowblade going to be chased down. I don't think it's going to be a kill. Oh, my God, that carnivorous, though. Shards of Harkon. And there is the kill. Basically a genocide for this Legion team.
Yeah, and there isn't really any hope at all for the Hellborn team to come back in this game number 2. I mean, it's sad to say, it's still really early on, but like Shadowblade is not the kind of hero that can recover. He is so dependent on having some farm throughout the laning phase, and that's just not happening.
Yeah.
Torture has been playing, or Panny has been playing really damn well in this series. Like, he's been throughout the entire map, like in the mid, at the bottom, at the top. He literally won all 3 lanes for his team, so definitely props for him.
Absolutely, and middle tower, it's going to fall on top of that too, but I almost wanted to say, the Hellborn team, I want to think about conceding soon, but I looked at the clock, it's like, oh, they actually can't yet. 11 and a half minutes in, they still got a little bit of time before that even pops up, but I also wouldn't be surprised, though, again, maybe playing the system a little bit, but I don't know if their 5th is actually back just yet, but knowing that that's the case, I wouldn't be surprised if they make this game maybe last a little longer than it probably should, but hey, it is ultimately their choice, and they finishing to win the game, you do have to destroy the shrine. That is, of course, the ultimate goal in the end. So, but Panny up here, Veiled Rot is not going to find anything by himself, but there is support and a lot of Veiled Rot coming out. In fact, as Midas and Prisoner join the party, see if they can catch anybody. Very good Veiled Rock, because it's going to get them around this ward of sight, and they are going to get an easy jump. Prison Break comes out.
And they're just going to get Andromeda for free as well, I would assume.
Hooks in for the kill. Andromeda, yep, got caught by Torture, and you'll see Morris here too. Pops the Mana Sunder, Arcane Vortex just to the left of him, and he makes the escape. A little unfortunate on the placement. Chain reactions, though, it catches Magnus. And now Midas looking for the follow-up. In comes the Shackle. Magnus can't do anything about it, and he will go down. Undying is applied to Midas, but he doesn't really care. Not really a whole lot of damage at this point. Lord Self Force will fall. Midas. Ooh, he's good.
If it wasn't already over before, then it's definitely over now. That was what you get for playing greedy as well. They could have gotten out of that with only the death of Andromeda and Shadowblade, but instead, I mean, Magnus doesn't use his Lava Surge to get or create some distance between himself and the Legion team, and Salforis tries to aid Magnus when he gets caught, so one after another they fall, and it definitely doesn't feel like the same team as we saw here in game number 1. Might be a little bit because of the momentum and all that they had. I mean, when they dropped that 5th player of theirs, obviously that's understandable, but still, I mean, they still have to say that it comes down to the draft a little bit as well. And of course, the Ringers stepped up their game pretty much in this game number 2.
Shadowblade again, just trying to get anything he can, but clearly knows that he has to play pretty safe. Magnus, no, they didn't dive like he thought they would. That was just the Moira illusion. So the eruption pretty much wasted. Lord Salforest, don't know what his plans were, but they involved dying. He's probably going to accomplish that pretty well. He goes down right there. Moira gets caught. They killed Midas, but only to fall shortly after, I'm sure. They take out Moira. Shadowblade doing what he can.
Oh,
Torture holding his ground. He's duking and jiving. A hat trick coming out for him, in fact, and the prison break to secure the kill on Magnus there. Yep, and it continues. I think it's safe to say, I mean, this game, it is over. Like, there is no comeback here, and it's going to be a matter of overtime now and whether or not they want to concede. So, but I think Game 3 is definitely happening here.
Nah, don't count them out yet. I mean, there's still time for a comeback.
Totally time. Yeah, the
They should have picked
Shadowblade.
up the Tempest rather than the Salforis.
Gotta say, I jinxed them a little bit, I guess, with that, with saying the Shadowblade, and they picked it up. But no, again, I don't think it was a bad pick in the Shadowblade by any means.
No, definitely not. I mean, it was the Legion team outplaying the Helmut team as
Yeah.
well. I mean, it's not only because of the draft, obviously. Like a Legion team, I mean, Slaske securing the first blood in the mid lane with an awesome long-range hook, securing Marchers for Penny, giving him the momentum or the Marchers and movement speed that he needs to run around the map, set up kills. You know, he gets 1 or 2 kills down on Meraxes at the bot lane. That means that he can leave Predator on his own, and therefore he can focus on the top lane, shutting down Shadowblade instead. So it's just snowball sort of control. Like one small thing, like a first blood can mean like, or can be the difference of an entire game.
Shadowblade fall yet again.
Time and time again.
And it is just rinse and repeat here for this Legion side. They're just, unfortunately for them, again, Quincy not recording these games as far as going to the stat sheet here. And again, it's completely understandable, saving that for the Diamond Division and the top tier matches. But so all these kills are raking up and going to get in this overtime now. Not necessarily going to be to the stat board benefit, but got to feel good nonetheless. Knowing that it not only is going to get you victory, but at least keep you alive and make a third game happen. And you'll be the ones with the momentum now if you're Ringers here. So, yeah, just talking about Revolution again, how flat they have fallen here, and here in game number 2 after just a crazy game 1. Really from both teams. It was definitely well played on both sides for sure. But Revolution did come out on top, so it will be that third and final deciding game. And obviously I wonder too if their 5th is going to be back, but yeah, well, obviously also clear on that. No, by no means, I don't think this was having a ringer game either. Maybe it was in the sense of mentality, but in the sense of the player, I don't think that was really an issue. It really was just, again, we've already kind of gone over the reason, so only so many times we can do that.
I think you're right though with the reasoning behind why they're not conceding. They're actually waiting for their 5th, trying to buy a little bit more time, allowing the Legion team to actually, or force the Legion team to take command here and actually push the base if they want to.
Hey, that's what I would do. Hey, honestly, if I was
Yeah,
in their shoes.
Yeah, I mean, you can't blame them.
Yeah.
That's obviously what you're going to do.
Yep, as they're going to just keep picking fights, though. Why not? And, hey, they'll kill Torturer. He's been having a big game, so stopping a streak right there. Prisoner also going to fall, so maybe there's hope.
The gang train is successful.
And it is.
Predator is here now, though. I kind of feel like the Legion team or the Hellborn team should try to take that fight. No, they're gonna retreat, but I feel like when they're this far behind, I gotta try to take every opportunity they can. I mean, they already had 2 kills, so why not go for the Midas and just challenge the Predator head on? They had a swap on Andromeda as well. I kind of feel like that was a mistake, actually backing off there, as they did. But hey, they probably fear the Predator, who's 500 plus gold per minute, and that's actually without a Funny Claw or anything like that, or like a farming tool.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that too. We been so focused again how this game's really just over and all the kills and everything. But as far as items go, I mean, yeah, you look at Predator. The 3,000 gold, in fact, already saved up with this core being built here of the Elder Parasite and Sanitarius. Middle lane Torturer. He is going to be picked off. Gargantua's Blast swapped out. He almost ran back into it. But he is going to be fine. And Midas also in trouble. Midas does go down, but now here's Predator. Nice job with the Void Talisman, though. And he will pour it out, so that's true. Void Talisman is a very good item against this Legion team. Prisoner and Predator both can't do anything against it.
Oh. Almost feel like that. Oh, okay, yeah, I don't know. Okay, they hit the hook at least, but nothing to come out of that. That was almost a risky hook from Slask at the same time because he didn't know for sure where the rest of the Hellborn team was. Yeah, I mean, small constellation prizes here for the Hellborn team, but it's like in the big picture, it's not going to change the outcome of the game by any means. Yeah. Unless they keep on doing these kind of mistakes up here.
Keep kind of throwing themselves out there, then yeah, I mean, they maybe got a couple more times with that before they actually should look at it and be like, you know what? Let's not throw this game that was 100% over at 15 minutes. Or I should say 99.8%. I'll give them 0.2%.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
It's never 100%, but still. Never underestimate the power of the throw. Hey, to be fair, it still wouldn't be the biggest comeback we've ever seen. 16,000 goal, 12. I guess it was upwards of 20 or so, but yeah, there was that classic, the one game, the Moon Queen game, 30,000 golden experience around there. I forget even the team. I think it was Raisin Gaming and somebody else, or one of those teams came back.
I can't quite recall. It wouldn't be surprised me if it was Complexity.
Okay, that's true. No, I don't think it was before them. It was from season 3, I want to say, or not. No, it was season 2. It was season 2, I think. The prior one, but man, we got season 4 coming up. 4 seasons of Hanzo, man. I remember the very first one just like it was yesterday.
Yep, same.
Now the 4th one starting just around the corner. Technically has started with these qualifiers, of course. But the Cycle 1 kicking off next weekend. Looking forward to all of that action, and yeah, I definitely am excited to get in the groove of the schedule and whatnot. And again, it's going to be a Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday deal.
Yeah, I'm curious about that.
At least for the first 2 weeks. The first week, it'll be like a weekend into the week, which will be the groups, into the next weekend. And then that next week will be the relegation matches, actually. So those bottom teams versus the Gold Division teams like we talked about. And then the third and final weekend will be the brackets that get played out. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure if you know about schedule and all, but I mean, it is best of 2s in a group.
Yes.
Stages. So is it like Saturday and Sunday? Is it going to be 3 series?
I think so.
One?
I believe so. And on Tuesday and Thursdays, it's going to be 2 series. I'm pretty sure. So it'll be 12 p.m. Eastern Century Read Time on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then there will be the 1400 and then
all right,
2000 Central European Time. So. Yeah.
And all teams play at the same time?
I think so. I'm not exactly sure how it works out with like the weekday matches and stuff, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, that was kind of like what I was curious about as well. I mean, if the one team plays 3 series in a row, or 6 games in a row, or if it's actually going to be more like that Onslaught, where it was more or less like
it was on and
switching.
Off. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, no, I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. And I think the schedule will definitely be coming out this week, though. So looking forward to seeing what that actually does look like there with those matchups and everything. But yeah, it's crazy that, you know, we've been casting Han these last 3 weeks or so with these qualifiers, and it's been some fun Han, but it's got to remind yourself we've been casting the non-top 5 teams in the Han scene right now. So all these big name players and teams that are so great to watch and fun to watch and show us some big skills. Gonna start seeing that again with the Cycle 1 starting. Coming back up. People like Zlapt going to Thailand and doing their own thing in the meantime, but coming back to play some play and compete once again.
That it will. And it's safe to say Synkissport hasn't slacked off by the training by any means, just because Zlapt has been in Thailand. They've still been scrimming more or less every single day with a few ringers here and there.
Yeah. And to be fair, he's been playing on at the same time, too. So, I mean, yeah, the fights are still happening, but what does it really mean? All right, they're diving a little too much, maybe. No, Predator's like, I got everything.
Slasky there says the same. He's like, okay, I'm gonna bring in 3 heroes, put on hook. 1 target is not enough for me.
Predator's actually, the Undying is doing work against him. It's all right there. He wasn't life-stealing because of it, and now here we go.
Yeah, so the synergy or the idea behind countering him, it was definitely there. So,
Yeah.
but obviously it's not going to matter too much when he's 600 gold per minute, and the highest one on the Hellborn team is 260.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely, as a spectator, I am really disappointed that we didn't get to see this game really kind of a, not necessarily a serious game, because it was really, but more of a drawn out, because it would have been fun to see that matchup take place and the playing of the counterplay around one another, but yep.
Yeah, Predator. Late game ability. Let's see how hard he actually gets to hit. I mean, it's probably not going to be at the same terms as the Ravenor that we saw in the game before. I think Ravenor actually hits harder than Predator. I guess it depends on the farm and the items, but yeah, Ravenor 100 charges is probably one of the hardest hitters in the game. Maybe Hammerstorm actually.
Yeah, Hammerstorm. I don't know, Predator, it depends on the target too. Like, that's one of those, yeah, it's cases, because obviously with Carnivorous, I mean, if he's damaging a tanky target, then he's going to be up there with a lot of damage, but and his ultimate's pretty damn good too, the terror effect. It's also nice how it affects others around him. Torturer caught and dead. Swap in, but Lord Self4 is going to fall as well. Predator not here. Doesn't really matter though. I don't know, just going to a point though at the same time for the Hellborn, so it's like, when is it just like evident that he's not coming back?
I know the Legion team wanted to close out the series as soon as possible, so they're like, guys, come on. But I mean, they're not necessarily grouping up as 5 people. Predator is still running around farming a little bit here and there. Of course, it's hard to break the base when they don't really have that Astra, or I mean, not the Astra, but that creeps to tank the tower.
Yeah. A game of turtling is what the Hellborn team's accomplishing here. Legion side, they did try to push it with the token, so it's not like Ringers is sitting back and farming themselves either. I mean, they are trying. It's definitely not easy, though. Sheepstick already on prisoner, by the way. That's used now, too. They're going to try it once again here. And there's the pull, Lord Self-Force.
Wow, actually, Void Talisman, Sheepstick.
Oh, yeah, he gets caught. Too much to handle in the end. Predator didn't want to stay in there, though, and decides to fall back. Can't really siege the base that effectively here.
The Magma still doesn't have a Polki, though, so it could probably be a little bit more manly than they currently are with the Torture Impalement at all. But did you see that, by the way? I mean, with Celestial using the Sheepstick on Lord Self4 with the Void Talisman, so he's actually like unable to hit him.
Yeah.
While Sheepstick, that's hilarious. I haven't seen that before.
Physical immune Sheepstick, that was pretty funny. Alright, here we go. Jumping back in. Shadowblade, swap out on him. But Predator focuses him nonetheless, but Predator's going to be, never mind. Prisoner's fine. He was almost dead. Oh my god, he almost died again. He is going to die. And now they're going to chase down Moraxis. Buybacks happening. Save the base, they say. That's the idea. Unfortunately, Magnus can't really help with that. Quad kill for Fambelli. 13-0-6 Predator. No big deal. He's going back in. It's got to be a fun game to play for him again, that's for sure. I think he should get a hard comms play next to deal with that Void Talisman.
Yeah, that would be something. Come on, Hellborn!
Yeah, you can do it. You can totally win this game still.
No, but it's quite obvious now that they're trying to
no, it was obvious
buy some time.
10 minutes into the game, yeah.
Yeah, that's
again, it goes back to say that's there's nothing against the rules what they're doing. You don't have to. It's not like, oh, if you're down by this much, you have to concede. There's a reason why there's that other win condition in the game of actually killing the shrine. That's how you have to finish it. So that is what Revolution is making a point of here. as Predator is going to fall back before he actually does die. Kongor, I would think, is going to be up here soon, so maybe go for another Kongor and get that second token and look to really do it here.
Yeah, one would expect so. As we were talking about, I mean, the top 5 teams that haven't been playing in the tournament now or in a tournament mode for quite some bit, or at least since the Onslaught. So, I mean, they've still been scrimming quite a bit. I mean, I saw Recent Gaming scrim earlier today. They looked incredibly strong. Actually, took out some Russian team with a 50-minute concede. And as you talked with Haxoran as well earlier today on the stream, and he also confirmed that Dreid's been looking really good in scrims and been practicing a lot together. So BMG is actually scrimming right now versus Shrek is Love. So it's safe to say that both teams, I mean, they are definitely keeping themselves in shape at least, or looking to compete and actually like take that cycle number 1.
Yeah. They're scrimming right now, you said? Really?
At least they were, like, when we started this game. Maybe they are
right now,
just finished.
The other one's going on. I was almost about to say, maybe we should just jump into that, but nah. It's, if it honestly still was happening, I probably would have, but it looks like it's finished, so. Unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. All right, here we go. Middle lane, though. Jump in and a swap. That was really unfortunate. Swap just wanted to get hooked back in.
Slasker, I mean, this guy on this hero, you shouldn't give it to him. He's a freaking beast. I cannot believe how well he plays the hero. I mean, the jumps in. I mean, he's got every single ability 100% figured out.
Yeah. So I wonder if their 5th player's back, because they just kind of conceded out of nowhere there. But we'll see. All right, well. So that means we are tied at 1 game apiece. A close effort. No, let's call it as